It's all part of us. We can all choose love. It'll lift you up.
Congratulations! You completed 6 lessons to help you choose love at home. And this is the final lesson. We are going to review what we've learned and wrap up. Lesson 1 is the foundation of the program. If your children are being taught the Choose Love enrichment program in school, you are both learning the core concepts of social and emotional learning, which are self-management, self-awareness, the awareness of others, responsible decision-making, and relationship skills. SEL teaches the skills to help you grow your emotional intelligence. There are decades of research showing that individuals who have these skills not only do better academically, but have happier, healthier, and lead more well-adjusted lives. You can learn these skills at any point in your life. I'm still learning and growing. We shared information about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is about having self-awareness and understanding and managing your emotions, which affect your feelings that impact your behavior. When you have emotional intelligence, you have control of your thinking and feeling and can respond thoughtfully and choose love. Emotional intelligence enables you to have healthier relationships and deeper connections. Understanding the brain and how it works empowers us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This gives us greater control of our thoughts and actions. Your ability to manage and regulate your behavior and interactions with others is called your emotional intelligence. It's logical to realize this is the key to having a peaceful family life and even success at work. Having emotional intelligence can reduce unnecessary suffering and increase joy. When you understand what emotional intelligence is, it becomes imperative that children learn these skills and tools at school as well, because these are the basic building blocks of a physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy life. We learned about the triune brain, Dr. McLean's model. The 3 parts of the triune brain are the primitive or lizard, emotional or numbat, rational or human. The primitive brain controls basic bodily functions and reflexes. The emotional brain is where our emotions and feelings live. The rational brain is where we solve problems, our thinking brain. Your child has learned to leave the lizard, nudge the numbat, to hug the human, so he or she can choose love. As parents, we showed you the process for responding with love. Remember the diagram of the process? The circle of emotions leading to the feelings, which are thoughts? We must mind the gap in order to manage our behavior or our response, so we can choose love in all situations. We also learned about emotions. Remember? Anger, fear, joy, sadness, disgust, contempt, and surprise, and the fact that an emotion is an experience that happens in our body. We learned that feelings are different because feelings are thoughts and they happen in our brain. And both feelings and thoughts can be changed. Remember, the Choose Love movement is about changing an angry thought to a loving thought. In Lesson 2, we learned the Choose Love formula, which is courage plus gratitude plus forgiveness plus compassion in action equals choosing love. We discussed ways to implement the formula and set the intention to use the formula to choose love at home. Then we talked about what love means to you and your family and encouraged you to make positive affirmations that are constructive, supportive, and encouraging words or phrases and have them be part of your environment at home. Then we covered each character value from the formula. Lesson 3 was about courage. We learned that courage is the foundation for the other virtues in the Choose Love formula. Our definition of courage is the ability and willingness to work through obstacles even when you feel uncomfortable. We learned that there are small acts of courage, like being honest, and big acts of courage, like when you confront danger, like Jessie did. We learned some tools for being brave, like brave breath. We learned that being a parent takes courage. We all have the courage it takes to be kind, loving, and present, to be connected parents. Lesson 4 was all about gratitude. We learned that gratitude is mindful thankfulness, even when things are challenging. We heard Scarlett talk about post-traumatic growth, giving us a different perspective on trauma and our greatest challenges, and how they can be incredible opportunities for growth. We showed you the incredible benefits of a gratitude practice and gave you ways to begin doing this by making a daily list, for example. Lesson 5 was all about forgiveness. Scarlett shared her personal, powerful story of how she came to forgive the young man who murdered her son. She talked about blame and how it takes away our personal power and the ability to change how we're feeling and behaving. We reviewed the process for being emotionally intelligent, how we can mind the gap between emotions and our experience and our thoughts, which are our feelings. We studied the anger iceberg. The emotion of anger always has underlying feelings. We offered ideas for practicing forgiveness. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. And then lesson 6 was on compassion in action. Compassion has 2 parts, understanding and action. We shared the amazing scientifically researched benefits of compassion. You heard about Scarlett's oldest son's experience of healing through practicing compassion in action in Rwanda. We also shared Dr. Chris Cook's tips for improving your compassion by using LUCA, L-U-C-A, for listen, understand, connect, and act. Then you heard Dr. Cook explain the difference between empathy and compassion. Empathy is feeling another person's pain, and it fires the same neurological pathway in your brain as physical pain. Compassion is the understanding of another's pain or suffering and the action to alleviate their suffering. And that lights up the same pathways as love in your brain. The action component, when you do for others, is when all the nurturing, healing love you give out comes back to you. There is a reminder sheet with the key elements of the program on it that you can print out and keep handy. There's also a recommended reading section where you will find books and articles that we think are helpful. Finally, there's a link to a final survey online. We ask that you take a few minutes to complete this survey for us. It's anonymous. We just want to make sure that we continue to offer you the highest quality programming. We would love to hear from you as well. Did you enjoy the program? Have you had fun using the information you learned with your kids? To show our gratitude to you for taking our program and completing the surveys, you will receive an email that will provide you with access to David Romanelli's Mindful Family Program online. David Romanelli is a leading expert on happiness and the author of the best-selling book, Happy is the New Healthy: 31 Ways to Relax, Let Go, and Enjoy Life Now. David Romanelli is on our advisory board and has created Mindful Minutes for our Choose Love enrichment program as well. This is a valuable program that he's offering to our Choosing Love at Home parent graduates. This is our way of saying thank you to you for participating and for completing the surveys. We will follow up with you with the newsletter, providing even more information and tips and strategies for choosing love at home. Thank you so much for being part of the Choose Love movement by choosing love at home. Please help us spread the word about our powerful programs for school and home. Now go and have a lot of fun with your kids. Thanks so much for joining us.
I want to thank you for taking the time to complete this program. Please help us spread the word about our free social and emotional learning program. Remember too that we're supported by donations from people like yourself. It is our ultimate goal to give everyone the awareness that they can choose love. We can't always choose what happens to us, but we can always choose how we respond, and we can always respond in love. It's important for all of us to take responsibility for what's going on in our schools and world. We can't wait for someone else to fix our problems. Most of these issues aren't legislative or political, and certainly if they were, they would have been fixed already. These are issues of the heart, and it's when we become the change we wish to see that we can truly help create a safer, more peaceful and loving world. Now that you're a part of the movement to choose love, let's change the world. I'll leave you with this quote by Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Thank you for choosing love.
It's all part of us. We can all choose love.